Welcome to Out of Combat, the Casters and Cantrips after show, where we discuss the most recent session, which in this case was session 24. And I'm joined by Nina, who plays Cooter, and Mac and Cheese, please, who plays Taj. And I am Virtual Spectre. I'm currently playing Core, the half orc.
Who's a jerk.
Cord.
Well, in this last episode, Core and Taj got into it. There was a fight.
It was awkward.
Fight. Was it? Okay, from the outside in.
No, it wasn't that awkward. It was
No, I guess what was your feelings though, Nina, when we were kind of going at it as characters, but also neither of us was budging. So there was frustration from both sides there. How did you feel?
Should we give a bit of context about?
Yeah, so
they could just listen to the replay, but also
watch the whole episode over again. No. So we had gotten this box that basically Core really, really, really wants, and I was gonna lock it up in the captain's quarters because I have arcane lock, so I can make sure that no one is getting in, no matter what. It's not happening, So basically, we're running a ship with a bunch of thieves, let's lock this thing up kind of vibe is what I thought. And then you have Core come in and it's wherever the box goes, I go. And I'm this is my bedroom, dude. You're not coming in here. And he's I'm sleeping on the floor. And I'm maybe you're not. Maybe outside the door. And he's and I'm stop.
It's funny because it's another one of those situations where when you're putting on a show, the players know it's kind of because
we lost her.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, no.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay, well, how did you feel about it then, VS?
Well, so, yes, we had just retrieved the item which this whole mission was based on, right?
Yeah.
And it was Core's organization that set this thing up for them to work together and get this thing back. So we had just had a big ship battle, and then before that, we had snuck onto a ship and had gone through that whole ordeal, escaped. So in the immediate aftermath, everything was still, adrenaline was pumping, and so from my character's point of view, he was relieved they had the box, but he's this can't disappear again. His immediate focus in his mind was, now that we have it, it's going to be in my hands. My eyes are going to be on it the whole time.
It's my box.
And yeah, it's this is why I'm here, and I can't lose it again. And so when Taj approached him, and it was when they said they were going to put it in the captain's quarters, he's just okay, yeah, that's where I'll be then. And
sure.
When Taj pushed back, he was well, I don't understand. This is my mission. I need to be with this thing. And he wasn't really picking up on what Taj was concerned was immediately.
Yeah.
Because Taj was concerned with she just doesn't want a strange guy in her room with her. And that wasn't at all in Core's mind. So it kind of got a little testy. But we resolved it.
I think it was how it was said too. If you had said it a different way, Taj might have just been yeah, dude, this is your box. Take the box, But it was the way you said it, But she also knows the people on her ship want valuable things, and also she doesn't really know Whisper that well, so she doesn't want Whisper to have it either, So in her mind, the best way to keep it safe was to lock it up from everybody until we got where we wanted, because how do we know that we're going to get what we want in the end? The box is our bargaining chip, essentially,
True.
To get our friends healed and saved. So.
Yeah. And it was definitely was the tone of it that Core had, because Core's been that way, where he's a very pragmatic. He's he just needs to get shit done, and he's when he receives pushback on something, and he's like, "But wait a minute, like, why am I even getting this pushback? First off, do you know who I am? Second off, like, no, this is a thing I need to do." And so, yeah, he's not he doesn't talk nicely to people often, especially in those situations. But we got it resolved.
I've gotten that vibe though. Like anytime anyone, I wouldn't even say challenges him, but like in any way, like puts up even a little bit of resistance, like he comes like fluffing his feathers, you know, like I'm the peacock here.
I think it depends what it is. Like, for instance, when we were on the seahorses trying to get back to our ship,
right?
Emmy and Cooter had started bringing up something about, well, you know, should we try to like recover stuff, or like what about half the stuff? And Core's not a pirate. He's not.
He doesn't want the stuff.
He doesn't know your crew, and he doesn't know you guys. So he's like, "What are you talking about? We just need to get out of here with this box." So like, I think it's just the consequences of him not really knowing you guys, you not knowing him. He doesn't understand like the way in which you communicate with each other.
Yeah.
And so you guys have a deeper connection, and you know how each other likes to do things. He doesn't. And he just sees it as like, look, he does have a position of authority. Granted, it's just on Escos. So, you know, on your ship, it's another matter. But like, he is like a fairly high ranking official. So, and it's not unearned either.
Right.
So it's just they don't understand each other a lot of the times, I think. And that sort of misunderstanding results in him like trying to put his foot down all the time on stuff.
Well, here's a question. So we all have like an after chat, or like a chat going while the show is going. And one of the things that we were pondering is, do we fly our black flag to then be able to board the other ship and take everything we can instead of destroying the ship, and then in return destroying some of the goods? If we had flown our pirate flag, what would Core have done? Would he have turned us in, turned a blind eye? Like how would that scenario have gone with your character?
I think if that happened, Core would keep his focus on making sure that the box gets to where it needs to go.
Do you ratted this out though?
So here's the thing. There's no love lost between the Conservancy and Core's organization. Like, this has been brought up in game before. They don't necessarily like each other.
Right.
So as much as whatever the Conservancy gets, they deserve, is sort of in his mind. At the same time,
people that are helping you are illegal, like
that's
doing
true,
naughty things and stealing.
And they did it like they would have. He would have been pissed off first, I think, at his organization the most.
Being like, for hiring us.
These guys, like, you just hired any old crew.
You hired the first person that walks in the door, like
yeah, and then
like literally, that's what happened.
Yeah. And then I think he would be kind of standoffish in the moment, because it's like, why are you guys diverting your attention? We have the box. Let's go. What are you guys doing? Like, oh, you're pirates. Like, now he's thinking, am I going to make it back alive with the box?
Sure.
Because now their intentions are completely unknown to him.
Right. Like, we could be trying to steal the box, and it's we have 22 crew plus the players,
and they can probably
against you.
Easily overpower. I mean, he's not weak, but not against 22 people. You can.
Yeah, I know. Wait, so are you the same level as us or no? Are you higher
he's
level?
level 5.
You're level 5. Okay. I wondered that. I wondered if, because you were playing such a strong character, and maybe I associate strong characters with high levels, but like, I was like, is he higher level than us?
Um, no, he's level 5. He is a paladin, so he has, a
Quite a
pretty
lot.
big health pool. He's hard to hit. Like in the first half when we were, I don't know how many times Max had enemies try to hit me and it was just miss, miss, miss. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I don't think he was rolling very good, but my AC's 19. So,
dude,
at
that's
level 5,
crazy. I'm squished. Like, I think I'm 11 or like 10 or something. Yeah, my armor class is 11.
yeah,
dude.
So it would be in the moment, it would be like now he would be on guard the entire time.
Sure.
That would just be his natural reaction because he's like, I'm on board a ship out in the ocean with pirates.
Yeah.
So,
your immediate reaction would be like, I don't trust these people. I don't care if they're in it with me to help their friend. They are now my enemy, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, for all he knows, like maybe their bond with this person isn't so strong that they wouldn't just leave him behind and try to go sell this thing somewhere for a lot of money.
Yeah, sell it or use it. Because I still, as a character and as a player, like don't really know what this thing is. Like it's some powerful device that like may or may not end the world, but like, what is it? Like,
And to tell the truth, Core does not exactly know what the object is either.
Just that it's really powerful.
The information fed to him was that it was one of the oldest artifacts that they had locked away, and that if this thing gets into the wrong hands, it could have devastating consequences.
I wonder what that thing would be like. Do you remember like several weeks ago that like weird magical, not magical island with like the wizards who have gone like a little like Gollum on them? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I wonder if that like artifact would be brought back to that area, what it would do.
So as a player, I think that item it might very well be connected to that like old arcane like religion or whatever, because if you remember from the one shot we did, were you there for that?
Was that the
one we just did? Yeah.
I was there.
When we were down there to get the thing, all those statues, that was the puzzle. One of them was like a statue to like some arcane god.
That was there. That was at
in the Luminaria. Yeah, it was one of the statues for the puzzle.
Definitely has to do with it. Oh man, Max is such a world builder. Wow. Yeah.
So some of the stuff they have down there has to be so old, like it's got to be pre-catastrophe, like and maybe even tied to this whatever this arcane religion thing was.
Dude, Max is a wizard.
I think if I was a wizard or somebody in Taj's position, I would be like, well, they weren't there for that anyway, but so they don't know. But I would be immediately interested as somebody who's like invested in magic to be like, I need to know more about whatever this ancient religion thing is and what they knew.
But if we are able to like, I guess give it back and then steal it back, like go that whole route with like the whole crew, that will give our characters an opportunity to see that area if brought back to the same area,
Yeah, I think that would be a really good scenario. I'm
probably
not sure if Max would play it out that way, because I think it would be one of those things that Whisper brought up where like they might like raise their guard or put it somewhere else entirely.
Security. Yeah.
So we don't know. We'll have to see what happens with it. But if they for some reason just don't change how they did things, then who knows?
Yeah. I mean, we just have to keep watching Catchers and Cantrips to figure out what happens next.
Watch us live when we play on Fridays on Twitch, and if not, catch the recordings here on YouTube.
Yeah, and there's also a podcast y'all do on Mondays, right?
Yes, Tome of Knowledge on Mondays, same time as our sessions would be. I believe that's 6 p.m. Pacific, where we discuss. Into
some drawing streams. Yeah. Catch Bun on Tuesdays.
Wednesdays now.
Wednesdays. Just kidding. I lied to you.
Yeah, she bumped it to Wednesday.
Cool. Well, Wednesdays. So, yeah. Catch her live.
Well, sorry we lost Nina.
Yeah,
that was unfortunate. I wanted to hear her thoughts on it, but it just wasn't to be. So thank you all for joining us. We appreciate all the support. As always, leave comments in the comments section. Let us know what you think, things that you want to bring up. And I think that'll be good for us. Thank you, Mac.
Bye.
Bye.